Step into the darkness where reality blurs and nightmares come alive. I never expected the events that would unfold when that mysterious package arrived on my doorstep. It was an ordinary day, much like any other, until the postman delivered a small, nondescript box addressed to me from an unknown sender. Intrigued and slightly apprehensive, I brought it inside and carefully opened it, unsure of what I would find inside. Nestled within the box were a series of photographs, each more disturbing than the last. They depicted my own house, the familiar facade, the neatly trimmed lawn, the windows that I had looked out of countless times before. But there was something off about them, something unsettling that sent a shiver down my spine. In each photograph, there was a figure lurking in the shadows, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes and a twisted grin. At first, I dismissed it as a prank or a misunderstanding, but as I examined the photographs more closely, I realized that the figure seemed to be getting closer and closer to the house with each successive image. Panic began to rise within me as I realized the implications of what I was seeing. Someone was watching me, someone who knew where I lived and was sending me these photographs as a twisted form of communication. But who could it be? And what did they want from me? I tried to brush off my unease and go about my day as usual, but the sense of dread that had settled over me refused to dissipate. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind outside, sent my heart racing with fear. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that someone, or something, was lurking just beyond the edges of my vision, waiting for the right moment to strike. As night fell and darkness descended upon the house, my anxiety reached a fever pitch. I found myself checking and double-checking the locks on the doors and windows, as if they could protect me from whatever malevolent force was stalking me. But deep down, I knew that there was no escaping the terror that awaited me. That night, as I lay in bed, the house seemed to come alive with strange noises and eerie whispers. I could hear the floorboards creaking beneath unseen footsteps, the walls groaning as if under the weight of some unseen presence. And then, just as I was drifting off to sleep, I heard it, a low, guttural voice whispering my name from the darkness. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest, as the voice grew louder and more insistent. It seemed to be coming from everywhere and nowhere all at once, filling the room with a suffocating sense of dread. I wanted to scream, to run, but I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move as the voice drew closer and closer. And then, suddenly, it stopped. The room fell silent once more, save for the pounding of my own heartbeat in my ears. I lay there, trembling and terrified, until the first light of dawn began to creep through the curtains, banishing the darkness and with it, the sense of impending doom that had gripped me all night. With the dawn came a renewed sense of resolve. I knew that I couldn't let fear control me, that I had to confront whatever was haunting me head-on if I ever hoped to find peace. So, with trembling hands and a racing heart, I gathered up the photographs and set out to uncover the truth behind them. My first stop was the post office, where I hoped to find some clue as to who had sent the package. But when I arrived, the clerk informed me that there were no records of any packages being sent to my address, not on that day, or any other. It was as if the package had materialized out of thin air, a phantom gift from an unknown sender. Frustrated and no closer to finding answers, I returned home and began to scour the photographs for any clues that might lead me to the truth. As I studied them, I noticed something strange. Hidden in the background of each image was a symbol, barely visible among the shadows and the darkness. It was a simple design, a circle with a series of lines radiating outward, like spokes on a wheel. It seemed familiar somehow, as if I had seen it somewhere before, but I couldn't place where. Desperate for answers, I turned to the internet, searching for any information that might help me identify the symbol and its significance. What I found chilled me to the bone. The symbol was an ancient sigil, used by practitioners of the occult to invoke dark and malevolent forces. It was said to be a gateway to another realm, a realm of darkness and despair, where unspeakable horrors lurked just beyond the veil of reality. I knew then that I was dealing with something far more sinister than I had ever imagined. Whatever had sent me those photographs was not human, it was something older, something darker, something that hungered for my soul. With that realization came a sense of urgency. I knew that I had to act fast if I wanted to protect myself from whatever malevolent force was hunting me. But as I prepared to confront the darkness head-on, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was walking into a trap, that the true horror was yet to come.